All right. Hello, everybody. Second day in a row. Today it's more like testing difference between two simulators, mainly Explain and Microsoft Flight Simulation. Uh, Particularly the IAE engines, how they rev in gusty conditions between the Phoenix and the Tullis. I have the same weather, same time as yesterday. So we departed yesterday at about, or this morning rather, at 0104, nope, 0204 Zulu. And right now it's 0145. So by the time we program this aircraft, it will be time to go and we will test out gusty arrival conditions at JFK. And we're also going to verify the winds with active sky, which is loaded with historical weather. So without further ado, we have the Tolis A319 today. I haven't flown with the A319 in a long time. And these are the IAE engines. I believe they are the 2500s. So this is in the name of science for testing. So let's go. And here we are in the cockpit of our Tolis A319. And what we are going to be doing, and I'll be doing some also performance testing, just checking things out. We are going, and we're on not on Unicom tonight, so it's just offline. We're pretty much ready to go. We are pretty much ready to go. But oh well, we are just going to test things out and see how we're going to be faring. So with that being said, let's check the weather.
Kilo Bravo Oscar Sierra Airport information. Kilo 0154 Zulu weather wind 224 at 21 gusting 232
Okay,
visibility 10 high condition ceiling 1300 overcast temperature 2.11 altimeter 2948 live and initial contact information. Kilo
2948, very similar to yesterday when we were on Microsoft Flight
Kilo Alpha
Simulators. I
Sierra
remember the
Airport
temperature being
information.
11,
Kilo
here temperature
011
is 12.
Zulu weather wind
So we
22.
are good to go on that front. So next thing that we are going to be doing is we are going to come to flight plan, same routes for taxi and everything. We are going to do 22 right, and it's going to be SOX 7 and no transition, and we will insert. Then arrival at JFK, we are going to plan for ILS 22 left, and we should be getting about a direct crosswind, and it's going to be Parch 3, and it's going to be no via, and it's going to be Seymour transition, and we insert. So with that being said, that's all good. In the event of a failure, we are going to come back here, even though we are not going to be getting a failure. We have that deactivated, so we'll come to Boston, and it will be 22 left at that time. So it's going to be arrival, ILS 22 left, no star, no via, and insert. So that is done. We come to flight plan now, and 40 minutes time, just like yesterday. So we will come out here and we will set this to that, and we are going to come in here, and we will do our block fuel 6240. 6240 is set, and then we have final reserve is 1444 and 2143. So we'll come into init, page B, 20. So 2.1 and 1.4. What do I have here? 1.44 final, and this is correct over here. When we go to rad, we have Boston, so that's good. And on the performance, we will go and enter that in takeoff performance. It's going to be 22 right. Okay, 22412. The QNH is 9999, I believe. Yep, 9999 is fine. Runway condition is wet. That's what we had yesterday. Unfortunately, with this scenery, we're not going to get the water out here, but the runway condition is wet. Anti-ice is going to be off, and we will do thrust for flex, air conditioning on. Yesterday, the Phoenix gave us flaps 3, which I heard V1 talk about it. It was something weird, especially for a long runway, but compute. And this one does it correct. Config 1 plus F instead of flaps 3. So here we are. So we'll go. I believe we'll just take these over here. So we'll go to perf and we will do uplink takeoff data. And we were on the weather. We were 224 at 22. Look how 224 at 22. So the winds are really high and gusting. And then the runway condition is wet. And we're going to request takeoff data. And we shall get the takeoff data very, very shortly. Here we go. Takeoff data received, and we are going to be flexing. It gives us 70, and we will insert. So there you have it on the tow list. And really, we are ready. Believe it or not, we are ready. But we're going to push back at 0204. So we'll push back in about 12 minutes because I want to do the same thing as yesterday. Arrive at JFK 22 left about the same time. And we likely will not be landing on 22 left. We will be doing a go around. And after the go around, we basically will take some left radar vectors. We'll come back around. We'll do an approach for ILS 31 right, because at that time that will be more conducive of the weather that we will have. So really, we will just continue and we'll be playing with this. We will check engines. Okay, we have fuel. Not fuel, oil levels are good at 22 and 215, and then the bleeds are going to be off because we're not on APU or anything. Pressurization is good, delta P is okay. Electricals, battery is at 28 volts, so we'll do a battery charge test. We will let's go ahead and throw the pumps on because we already been refueled. And then get the seat belts on, and then on the batteries we'll turn them off. All right, and then we already have a minimum of 25 volts, so we are good. We'll turn them back on, and when we look at it back on, we should have 60 amps and decreasing within 10 seconds. A maximum of 60 amps decreasing within 10 seconds. And it should be 25 minimum. So on, and there you go, 9, 8, 7. Yep, so we are good. It's the minimum or less than 60 amps and decreasing. So that's good. Hydraulics fluids levels are good on the fuel. We are good at 6,300 kilograms, and the pumps are on and balanced, and APU is off, and all doors are all off. So what we will do the APU test. All right, we've got the APU test red lighted. Engine 1 red light, that's good. And engine 2 red light. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and start the APU with the APU master. We shall throw it, and then we got the status, and APU is good. And let's go ahead and start it. And while the APU is starting, and pushback time is 9 minutes from now, 9 minutes from now. So basically at 10 minutes on APU, that is a-okay. So we will go ahead now and do our brief. So with the brief, obviously we have enough runway, and as you can see, our stop margin will be 1,383 meters if necessary. And for the V speeds today, we have 134, 134, 136. In the event of a need to reject, I will yell reject or abort. I will deploy the thrust reversers and apply on the brakes on full power, even though we also will be having RTO on. We will vacate the runway, assess the nature of the issue and discuss it, and then either ask for clearance to taxi back for second takeoff attempt, or we'll just taxi to the gate depending on what the issue is. Above 80 knots, will only reject for takeoff config warning, tire pressure issues or engine issues, and at V1, which is 134, we are going to be committed to takeoff. We'll assess the problem in the air and decide of the appropriate course of action. If we need to come back, we will turn back around and land on runway 22 left, which is already in the box. Weather is not great. It's wet and rainy and gusty. Visibility is so-so. You know, few cloud layers between 1500 and 4000. But otherwise it is no factor. However, for our arrival, we're going to be expecting some very gusty winds out of JFK. Planned runway for landing currently is going to be runway 22 left. We'll plan for the ILS. We should have enough fuel to do 2 go-around attempts if needed. On the third one, we'll have to discuss our divert options, and we'll go from there. All right, any questions? All right, no questions. Good. All right, so about 5 minutes, so let's go ahead and have the tug connect with the APU
Great news,
on.
Captain, your tow's coming.
We'll go ahead and put the APU bleed, remove the external power, and let's go ahead and dismiss these guys. And let's go ahead and tell the mechanic to remove the chocks, and we are good to go. All right, so with that, let's do the checklist. Cockpit preparations checklist. Gears, pins, and covers removed. The fuel quantity 6.3 tons. Pumps on, and seat belts on, and no smoking is on as well. Adheres are on nav. Adheres are on nav, so that is good. And barrel ref is 2948.
All right, looks like the doors and
Cockpit
hatches are closed. We're ready to
preparation
connect.
completed. All right, and the before start checklist. Let's go ahead and throw our beacon light to on, and we'll lock the cockpit door. There you go. So beacon is on. All right, parking brake is as required. Takeoff speeds and thrust are set. Windows is closed and locked. Beacon is on, and before start checklist completed. All right, so that is good. All doors are closed.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Slides
Tow's connected. Bypass
are
pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Slides are gonna be armed, so we'll just have armed doors and cross checks, so we are good to go. All right, so roughly we've got about 4 minutes before we can start our pushback, just like yesterday. So we'll just sit in here and just chat and chit chat. Want everything to be very similar to yesterday. Very similar from a timing standpoint. All right. So while we're waiting for that, we'll go ahead and set this guy, and I'm going to play on the lighting intensity for a little bit. There you go. And we'll do this, and we'll do this. All right, that way once we shut off the lights, we shall be good. Once we shut them off, it's going to be very similar to what we had yesterday. All right. All right, so let's do the taxi briefing. We're going to be pushing back at spot Echo 4, and then for the taxi we will take, as you can see, we're going to be taking a left on Alpha. We'll then take November. We'll cross 15 left, which is a hot spot, by the way. And then there's another hot spot. We'll also cross 15 right, we'll cross, and then cross 15 left. And then we'll go continue on November until the end, and we'll be taking the full length of the runway to right, and then we'll be departing via SE Day or SID. The SID is a SOX 7, which basically will have a few restrictions for that, so we'll make sure we have those constraints set, which we do. It's going to be at TJ 210 and 1200 above, and at Bro 250 at 3000 feet or greater. All right, 2 more minutes and then we can do our pushback, or 1 minute and a half. Same departure time as yesterday, and we'll check it out. We will check it out. All right, give it 1 exact minute. Because I remember the Phoenix yesterday asked us to send a ADC for 4 minutes, which meant that we started our pushback 4 minutes late. I'm also still troubleshooting some spikes and performance issues. Not sure what exactly is causing some of those spikes, so we'll have the sensors displaying during the flight as well. And here we are, about 9 seconds left to go. There you go. Parking brake released.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, it's going to be engine 1, then engine number 2 for the startup sequence. All right, starting engine number 1. Get the chrono, and we have N2. EGT and fuel flow gonna follow soon. There you go, EGT rising and fuel flow and oil pressure. can feel some micro stutters. I can feel micro stutters. Yep. All right, you got a good engine there. Chrono off. All right, now we'll start engine number 2. All right, it's gonna put us at spot Echo 4. And we have the nose wheel steering disconnected. And we have the number 2 avail.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Brake set, go ahead and disconnect and show me the pin on the
And we're disconnected. So
right
give me
hand
just a moment.
side. Okay, perf, we had 1 up 0.4. So we'll do the flaps.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right, thank you. Come on. There you go. He's gonna give me the signal and show me the pin on the right hand side. There you go. Thanks, and we'll see you next time. All right, with that being said, flight controls check. Full right, full left, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Flight controls check completed. And we are good to go. Let's shut off the APU. And let's go ahead and get them taxi lights on and darken the cockpit. There you go. Now we're talking. All right. It's supposed to be wet and rainy, but we do not have that. There you go. And we are offline, so we do not need to be making any calls. This is all static traffic. So no need to make calls. Get the transponder on. Follow same procedures as yesterday. Japan Airline 777. So Alpha November, cross 15 right. All Alright, let's go ahead. Ooh, I'm sensitive on that rudder. Alright, I've got the sensors on. Just checking things out. Sometimes I just can feel some stutters. See, already our 0.1% low is dipping in the 15s. Alright, we were supposed to do the checklist on the other side. Anti-ice not required, ECAM status check, pitch trim is all set. Nope, pitch trim is not set. It was 0.4 up. Alright, trim is there you go, 0.4 up.
1-5 right.
Clear right, clear left. And takeoff config. This is what I see. I did the takeoff config. After we started taxiing, it's telling me the engine 2 oil is low on the temperature. That is something that I do know is modeled on the Tolis. Apparently the IAEs, it takes a little longer for the engine oil to warm up. So we just got an advisory to delay takeoff if we can, to allow the oil to warm up. Okay, crossing 15 left. All right, there goes
Approaching 1
the
left.
strobes. And while we're at it, cabin ready. I wish Tolis had the cabin ready automatically done as in the Phoenix. We cannot have it all. And right about now, we were told line up and wait yesterday. Right about now. Roger, line up and wait. Pan African 00322 right. Mamadou Lamine, hello, hello. C'est comment? How goes it? Alright, on n'a pas fait notre taxi checklist. Alright, on va s'arrêter ici. We're gonna do the taxi checklist. Alright, taxi checklist, flight controls, checked, flap setting, config 1 plus F, and radar and PWS is set, engine mode selector normal, ECAM memo, takeoff no blue. Alright, lineup checklist, takeoff runway 22 right, confirmed, TCAS, TARA, packs 1 and 2 on, checklist completed. Alright. Clear takeoff, Pan African 003. Alright, look at that. Temperatures are fine at 51 and 60.
2 right.
We cannot seem to figure out why we are. All my CPUs are at maximum at 5500 megahertz. Get some CPU. I don't know if I have a process that's running and that's just spiking, so I gotta figure out what process that is, because this is both in Microsoft Flight Sim and X-Plane. Alright, with that being said, great on your side too. Here is great also. Alright, Chrono. All right. .05 EPR. Manflex 70 SRS runway auto thrust blue. These are the IAEs for the tow list. Everybody is flying Phoenix V2 Block 2. 100. V1 and rotate, but giving some love to the IAEs for tow list. Positive rate. Gear up. Nav. And it's windy. Winds are right now 21. Yesterday after takeoff we got a speed warning. But we had flaps 3, and as soon as we retracted it, the wind kind of bounces around. Climb. Thrust climb. And our first restriction is coming up at EJ. Should be higher than 1200 at 210 knots. And the speed is already bugged at 210 knots. So the first part of the flight will be very, very, I don't know, it's not gonna get any, okay, flaps up, speed check, flaps up. Yeah, first part of the flight is going to be very uneventful. The arrival is what's going to be really spicy with the winds. So just testing to see if it's the same behavior as what we had yesterday. I could not control the aircraft, it was floating. Alright, climb and maintain 140, Pan African 003, 140 set. Nice sounds. Yep. Very, very nice sounds. Not sure if y'all can catch and hear all the sounds, but it's good. Coming up against Bro 250 on the speed, higher than 3000, so we easily made that. Hand flying feels good. It did feel good yesterday on the Phoenix too, until I was landing, and then we kind of just, you know, crapped the bed or something like that. All over. All right, 10,000. Landing lights off. Let's pitch for speed. Awesome. So let's go ahead and remove the terrain on ND. Climb and maintain flight level 220, Pan-African 003. Alright, flight level 220 is set. So let's pull the barrel, standard set. And we can just get this higher at 80. Unfortunately, not on VATSIM or anything, because we're flying a different weather. Just to test what we had yesterday, similar to what we had yesterday. Same thing, different simulator. All right. And arrival should be at 2:56. Hello, the Podorian. What's happening? Again, this is a Tolis A319. All right, we'll go ahead and set AP1. AP1 set. And there's a couple of things we need to do in here. We need to, first of all, set restrictions 250, 12,000, insert, and then robber was 240. 900,000. Flat plan. Insert. We will get manual vectors after Crail. Momo Saho, comment ça va? How are you? Monter des échappements sur les réacteur Akrapovic. Je comprends pas Akrapovic, mais c'est pas en référence du son ou quoi là? Excellent. Alors, donc on va préparer notre approche. We'll take auto brake medium, and we will just listen to the weather on active sky.
Kilo Juliet Foxtrot, Kilo Airport Information, November 02510, weather wind 303 at 30, gusting 242, visibility 10, sky condition 2,800, scattered ceiling 5,500, overcast, light rain, temperature 122.8, altimeter 266, advise on initial
2966, I can remember that being very, very close to what we had yesterday.
Kilo Juliet Foxtrot, Kilo Airport Information, November 02510, weather wind 303 at 30, gusting 242, visibility
303 at 30, very high winds.
122.8, altimeter 266, advise on initial contact, you have information, November.
Yep, so already we know we have very high winds.
November 02510, weather wind 303 at 30, gusting 242.
Gusting 24.
Sky condition 2
We'll see at arrival time what kind of wind gusts we will have. But yesterday, I think the winds approached 40 yesterday. All right. C'est pour les motards, les acropoviques. Mais moi, je ne sais même pas c'est quoi les acropoviques. Donc, élucidez-moi. Élucidez-moi, ouais, les gars. All right. So, on a notre première approche. Donc, on va passer sur... on n'a même pas besoin de charte, les gars, hein, parce que de toute façon, on n'est pas en ligne. Mais on va aller tout juste prendre les chartes de New York. We're going to start our descent very soon. So, this was arrival, Porch 3. Easy arrival. And you can see that we will have Calverton 250 knot 12,000, which we have, and Rober at 9,000. And then once we depart Crail, I believe he gave us a heading of 300. And then later on, I believe he gave us 280 or 270 to start intercepting. But the first one will do a go around. I can guarantee you that, just to kind of test it out, because it's going to be a heavy crosswind. And then I don't know, what do you guys want? A go around straight or a touch and go? Let me know what you want and we will do that, whatever you want. But either way, we'll have to come back and land on runway 231 right. Okay, so with that being said, we know that we have our first approach, ILS 22 left. We already have the minimum set. We have it right here at 212. So we don't really need anything else. And if we do a go around, it's going to be climb, runway heading, then left turn 3,000 feet on the JFK VOR radial 190 to Chant, intercept or at a distance of 19. Depuis GOBD, vous avez le coucou. Donc, moment on est à GOBD, awesome. Alright, ensuite, on revient ici et ça va être 3-1 right. Et le 3-1 right, si on fait un go around, ça va être virage à gauche. Espérons que nous allons tout juste faire un seul go around. With this being said, landing performance, JFK 22 left, and winds were 301 at 30, and the altimeter, why can't you give it to me in non-hectopascal? You killing me? Runway condition, wet, anti-ice, off. Landing weight, 58.8. Is that correct? We have 4.9. We're basically gonna lose 800 kilo. So we're gonna have 58 on the landing weight. Okay, because it's just taking the current weight. 58. Config full. Air conditioning on. Pilot V app. We're gonna leave the pilot V app to 0. I might use it for the second approach. Compute. No. The wind were 301. 301. There you go. Crosswind. You see? This is what we were trying to do yesterday. At 30 knots, that is insane. Insane. Okay? Alright, we will retake the weather in a little bit. We will retake the weather. And we will be descending in 40 nautical miles. 40 nautical miles. Alright, I'm going to try something. I'm going to change something in Task Manager. Hopefully it's not going to impact our simulator. If I end the process, that will definitely impact it. Alright, we made some changes in whatchamacallit, Task Manager, and we're gonna reset this. Okay, we basically set the CPU affinity to the first 8 cores, and I can already see it doesn't really make a difference because we're dipping 22s. That tells me I have some stutters. CPU is running at frequency. I'm gonna put the frame times. The CPU frame times right now are lower. Ooh, we just, what the heck? When did we have a... We had a huge dip. All right. Alright, descent here shortly. Ooh, we just froze. Yuck. See, that's the problem. Whether it's X-Plane, whether it's Microsoft, I'm having these issues. Who knows the answer? And on X-Plane, it's about at the same spot. In general, it's right about Parch. And I don't know why. Maybe we're loading scenery, loading weather, I have no idea. So that's a big problem that I have. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment we'll begin our descent into New York JFK. Just be advised that we will be going into some very strong wind, so it'll be a little bit bumpy on the way down. Just sit back, relax, and keep your seatbelt fastened. We'll try to make it as smooth as possible. We'll see you on the ground shortly. Yeah, I can see some processes in Task Manager that's going up and down. So I have something that's eating up my... What is the Xbox something something something? Game bars running, PC app, whatever that is. I have a lot of service host.exe, lots of them, at least 40 or 50. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and begin the descent. We'll do 12,000 over here, and then we'll just initiate the descent. Descent and nav, and here we are on the way down in the name of science, and we just got some lightning. Yes sir, woo, lightning time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all right, it's looking real. Look at that. We're definitely heading into some stormy weather. All right. Let's recheck the weather. All right, we've got that. And the altimeter was 2966. Yep, 2966. That's going to be a restriction at Calverton initially. Alright, let's recheck the weather now.
Kilo Juliet, Foxtrot, Kilo Airport Information, Romeo 0251, Zulu, weather, wind 3030 out, 30, gusting to 42, visibility.
Gusting
0,
42.
sky condition 2800, scattered ceiling 5500, overcast night, rain, temperature 2.8, altimeter 2966.
Yep, you hear that? Gusting 42 on the winds now. That's more like it yesterday. Yep, gusting 42. Now we got the same winds as yesterday. I love active sky. And here comes Calverton. We shall level off shortly and start slowing down to 250 knots. Yeah, my CPU time is what's climbing. I can see it jump from 14 to 40. The GPU is just staying fine, but the CPU, there is a problem. I don't know what is it. It's killing me. It's killing me now. It's killing me. And I believe I set all my fans to 100% right now. That's a new problem. Is it the workload? I believe yesterday we did not get a descent until almost at Robber, or Robber. And then later on they gave us 5,000. So we'll put 9,000 for now, but we won't activate it. Alright, let me start getting rid of some programs, Discord, all of those things to see what's gonna make a difference. Alright, where is Discord? Discord. Quit. Alright, what else? Going to pause my antivirus window defender for a little bit. How do I pause it? Alright, I've got the antivirus somewhat off for the time being. We'll check that out. Maybe we need to exclude some files. Maybe it is scanning and scanning and scanning and scanning a file. Which file? I don't know. We've got real-time protection. Oh, nope, it wasn't that because I just dipped to like 3 FPS. Alright, down to 9,000, Pan-African 003. That's the outer marker. Alright, approach checklist. Paragraph 2966 is set seatbelts on, minimums 212, auto brake, medium, engine mode selector, normal, checklist completed. Yeah, that is not the antivirus, so alright. Let's go ahead and get the landing system on. $10,000. Landing lights on. Alright, now we'll descend to 5,000, Pan-African 003, 5,000. And then I believe at Krail they're gonna give us about heading 300. Right, turn right heading 300, Pan-African 003. Here we are. right. She's LaGuardia. Oh no. Why? Could be scenery loading and scenery details. Alt star. Yep, LaGuardia. And here are the winds now. We're starting. Yeah, I'll see the speed tape. Yep. Alright, descending to 3,000 and speed 220. Alright, speed brake. There you go. Now the winds are starting to act up. Flight attendant seats for landing. Yuck. I will set auto brake off if we're gonna go around or touch and go. No auto brake. Activate approach phase. Perf. Confirm approach phase activated, and we will not be adding any speed. We will just leave the speed as is. Oh, I wish. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Not good with these freeze. All right, 270 I believe is what they gave me at this point yesterday. And then down to 2,000. Okay, this may not be flyable. This may not be flyable. Arm look. Runway in sight. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. Okay.
2,500.
2,500. Alright, this is not gonna be good. Look star. Okay, the wind should have been crosswind.
Kilo Juliet Foxtrot, Kilo Airport Information 10-02-1, Zulu, Method Landing 303,
2,000.
0 testing to Polar 2,
Okay, gusting 2-4. Alright, please, please don't mess up this approach. Okay, I'll star. Okay, 2966 is set. Okay, if it's freezing, I can't take controls. 100% CPU usage. All 3 CPUs right there. That's not good. The question is why? Why? Approach. Set. Okay, get out. Flaps 2. Okay, the wind should have been 304. I'm not quite getting the crosswind that I was getting yesterday. Even though Active Sky is saying it, I'm not getting it. Is that normal speed for plane wipers? That's slow. This is fast. Alright, now we're getting some crosswind. Okay, now we're getting some crosswind. Okay, here we go. Here we go. However, if it's not fluid, I cannot control the aircraft. Okay, now we are getting some crosswind. All right, now we are talking. Landing checklist, ECAM memo, landing. No blue. Whoops. All right, now we are talking. We are getting the crosswind we had yesterday, gusting 35.
2,500. 2,000. 1,000. 500. 400. 100 above. 300. Minimum.
Light slope.
200.
Light slope.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10.